Life is like a race, and sometimes you have companions who run many kilometers or almost the whole race with you, and others are occasional, who go with you 2 or 3 kilometers only. But those 2 or 3 kilometers are very valuable, not only because they bring a new perspective of the journey, but also because one can learn how to achieve long lasting changes in a short distance. The idea of the program and the concept of rethinking our life after 50 is very relevant. Why? Because nowadays the longevity of the average person means that one who conventionally seems to be out of business or living professional life is no longer useful after 50. Of course, this is simply not true, and it is time for us to change this limiting belief, especially when one is thinking of starting their own business after 50 like me. So in that sense, the approach of the Ready for Takeoff program is very well oriented. I truly believe that the program's key component is the 5 dimension. When we dive into the emotional dimension, I had the opportunity to rediscover how far I had been during many years from the things that matter most in life, as opposed to just the acquisition of wealth and material goods. It is as simple as changing bonds for empathy, bills for care, properties for helping loved ones. And a word starts to resonate in my mind: vulnerability. About the intellectual dimension, they say that the brain is also like a muscle. You have to nurture and exercise it every day to ensure its health and vivacity. The physical dimension, well, this dimension is as basic as saying that it is the concrete structure where all the other dimensions will evolve. Our body is a temple that we were given, and it's our responsibility to take care of it as much as possible. The financial dimension is also very relevant. In times of prosperity or times when one is, let's say, producing, it is an aspect that may be relative. However, when finance becomes uphill, one has to start thinking that maybe uh, you can depend on the state and the pension in the best of the cases, but it might not be enough or may not allow you to fulfill the dreams you postpone for when you have more time. I found that having incorporated a dimension such as the spiritual one is very valuable because one begins to think at this stage of life about things that transcend the material. One starts to think about one's true purpose and ultimately one's legacy. Honestly, that facilitates a dialogue with oneself. And the internal dialogue is the trigger of thoughts that allow us later to have a better interrelation with other human beings. Also, I would like to mention the quality of the facilitators and their experience. Both Helen and Dominique, each in their way, are remarkable in not only having developed the program, but also in the way they have of facilitating the interaction and the relationship between the people that occasionally are sharing the course. Both Helen and Dominic did a very good job making us feel comfortable and making room for each of us to share our life experience, thoughts, and beliefs, especially helping us to become vulnerable and share our struggles and life challenges. I am absolutely satisfied, not only for the course itself, but the follow-up and the bibliography. The truth is that I warmly recommend it for those who are already at the border, that are reaching that stage, or like me, I am 62, and I have been immersed in this stage for a long time, and it seems to me that the course did provide an answer that I was needing.